Hello and welcome along. This is a mod spotlight on the JCB Fastrac 4190 and 4220 by Wortel. They are based on the same 3D model with a couple of small alterations between the two of them, and they are, on first impression, really nicely looking. I like the look of these very much. There is a little bit less detail in some of the textures than I'd like, but that's only really a minor issue, and it only really comes up when you get up close. But you can see a little bit of artifacting and a little bit of pixelation as you get close in some places. So maybe slightly more detailed textures, but the models are very nicely done. The only differences in the textures between the two are the 4220 on the door of the 4220 and the 4190 on the door of the 4190. The other difference on the outside is the front loader attachment, which is on the 4190 and which allows the attachment of this JCB front loader that also comes with the tractors. On the inside of the cab there is a similar level of detail, so it's very nicely modelled. The textures again are maybe a little lower quality than I'd like, but it does look nice. I do like it, but there is a little bit of room for improvement. But in general, overall, it's a good mod from the looks and from the modelling. So yeah, it's a little rough around the edges, but if I start it up, I think that's the standard sound that came with the JCB pack. It sounds very similar to the JCB DLC that Giants released. So it may be from that. A big plus for this, which so many mods don't do or do wrongly, is that the exhaust is clear or grey. So many mods come with black smoke out of them, and it's really great to see a mod that's got a nice clean engine in it, that's not throwing out all sorts of horribleness. There is no IC control on this, so no way to open doors or windows or anything, but that to me is not a major problem. If I move forwards, you can see that the rev indicator has moved, and if I move forward, you can see that our instrument panel is animated for both the speed and the revs, which is a nice touch, but none of the other panels or switches or anything in here are animated at all. If I pop outside, you can see that we have working right and left indicators, hazards, brake lights and reverse lights. And similarly, if we switch over to the other one and start that up, same interior with same functionality, so animated by console, but no other animated screens or buttons. And on the outside, right indicator, left indicator, hazards, brake lights and reverse lights. So we can get the brake lights coming in from on there. There we go. Both of them also have beacons. That's the beacons on the 4220. On the 4190. Similar. So that is the basic mod. Let's give it a bit of a test. So we'll take the 4220 around the test track first. Check out its suspension. And unfortunately, it looks like it has a similar problem to Giants, where the suspension bar doesn't move while the wheels move up and down, which, while easier to do, is not overly realistic. Grip is pretty good. So let's take a rough patch. So yeah, you can see, but moves well. And similarly, based on the same model, the 4190 has the same problem with the suspension. As you can see, yeah. So you can see in there that the bar should really move. But otherwise, like the slightly more powerful one, or like the slightly more powerful 4220, yeah, otherwise it moves nicely. There are different steering options. If I bring up the help, Y alters how the tractor steers. So you have rigid steering, which is just the front wheels, like so. You have crab steering left, so this is when it activates the crab steering, it either does it left or right, so you can't control the back wheels while crabbing. So you can turn, but you can't steer the back wheels. So there's the crab steer right. So you can't choose how much it crab steers by. And then you've got the normal flexible steering that it starts with. Similarly, 4220 does the same. So flexible steering, rigid steering, crab left, crab right, and back to the flexible. Okay, so all in all, a decent mod. It's not perfect, and I would say that there is room for improvement, but it's still a good mod. Let's have a look at it doing a bit of work. So here we are in the 4190 with a combine cutting. So this is the large vehicle trailer, Flygel trailer, sorry. And it pulls this fine. I know that certainly to begin with, because of their speed, JCBs have often been used for karting as opposed to more field work. And this works well as a tractor for this. It's a good mid-range tractor for karting and things like that. And here is the 4220 attached to a seeder, pulling it fine, and yeah, tractor gets dirty, as you can see. There's some dirt coming in around the vents. So it does have a nice setup from that means. I think this tractor looks really nice when it's working. Both filling the trailer with grain previously, and while it's drilling here, it does look nice while it's doing the work. One of the advantages of this tractor is because of its steering setup. It turns very easily at the end of a field. This is great both if it's being driven manually, but also if it's hired, because quite often the hired help doesn't get round very well. But as you can see there, it turned really sharply, and it means that we can easily line up and get going again. If we take a quick look at the two tractors in the shop, the 4190 is has 208 horsepower, is £165 a day to maintain, and costs 162,000. That compares to the in-game Case Puma 160, which is of a single power, a similar power level of 203. That's £150 a day and 172,000. So it's comparable in game. So decent price and good horsepower. The 4220 is 135 horsepower, has a 170 day maintenance cost, and is 165,000. Again, that compares quite well with the JCB Fastrac 3230 Extra, which was available in Giant's JCB mod pack, which has 230 horsepower, is £170 a day, and costs 189. So I'd expect this mod to cost slightly less, as it's a slightly older model of JCB. So it all seems priced well and positioned well. The front loader is 6,250, which is about the same as other front loaders, and is actually slightly more expensive than the standard Stoll, which is around 5,000. So that's our spotlight on the JCB Fastrac 4190 and 4220 by Wortel. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please like and subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.